Prized catches like jewfish and snapper could be put on a no-fish order for 8 to 9 months of the year. Fisheries Minister Don Punch looking at introducing the measures to recreational fishers in a bid to halve the state's total catch until fish stocks recover. We welcome Dr Andrew Rowland from Recfishwest to the program this afternoon. What is your reaction to this proposal?
Oh, good afternoon, Monika. We as a sector fully support the need to take action. We've always put the fish first. We've got a really strong track record at doing that. Strong supporters of sustainability and fish conservation. But if these proposals go ahead and are implemented as proposed, it'll have an absolutely devastating effect on fishing from all the way from Augusta through to Kalbarri. This is an amazing and important area. Fishing's such an important part of our lifestyle, but it's also a really important part of our economy. In Western Australia each year, the WA fishing community spend $2.4 billion on fishing activities. So this will have a massive impact to a lot of businesses up and down our coast, tackle stores, caravan parks, charter businesses, and if it goes ahead as planned, we'll strip simply hundreds of millions of dollars out of the West Australian economy. So it's something which we reject. We think there's a better way. We think there's a fairer way to deliver the catch reductions that are needed in this instance.
We have been warned that our fish stocks are in crisis and something needs to be done. So if not this plan, what do you suggest?
Well, it's actually more important than ever that we get the sustainable management of this fish species right. This is an incredibly important resource. It's made up of not just jewfish and pink snapper, but there's a number of over 100 different species between Augusta and Kalbarri, and we take this very seriously. Recfishwest is the peak body. We put forward a set of 17 recommendations into this process to help inform the discussion paper that was released yesterday as part of these proposals. And it's been, we did a lot of community consultation to develop those recommendations. We've been pretty disappointed that some of the key recommendations that we put forward haven't been included in the public comment and discussion paper that's currently open for the next 4 weeks.
And we have lots of comments on this on our 9 News Perth Facebook page, Andrew. Shane Blades says it's the commercial fishing doing the damage. Where's their lockout? Why are they still allowed to fish all year round? The recreational fisher goes out in his boat maybe once a week and most of the time is lucky to even catch a fish.
Well, key to one of the proposals we put forward and why we're disappointed is we put forward a voluntary fisheries adjustment scheme, a generous compensation package to the commercial fishing sector. At the moment, 91% of all the demersal scalefish in Western Australia are caught by the commercial fishing industry, only 9% by the rec fishing industry. This is about the greatest good to the greatest number of people, and we think that the balance needs to be re-established.
Jerome Gallagher has a similar sentiment. He writes, restrict the commercial tonnage and charter boats, but not the dads who take their kids fishing.
Well, this is the proposal. We've got 9 months, to 8 to 9 month proposal for mums and dads to have their boats tied up on the driveway while the commercial fishing sector can choose to fish any day of the year. It's not equitable.
Alan Bowbanks writes, time to push for more manual restocking. I know expensive, but use some of the money from the fishing licences.
Well, we've got some programs. It's a longer and more technical story, but we do fish stocking programs with our Snapper Guardian program in Cockburn Sound. We've put forward in our recommendations around looking at more research into stock enhancement and understanding how we can breed jewfish, for example, and play a role in actually helping support fish stocks and sustainability.
John Dico Kane tells us snapper ban has worked wonders in SA, previously fished out for decades, now appearing everywhere again. Just do it.
Well, we absolutely agree, and we actually have supported the snapper ban during the spawning period in Cockburn Sound now for over 20 years. And the other thing, which was one of our recommendations into this proposal that is out in terms of this public comment discussion paper that was missed, was a proposal that we put forward to actually protect jewfish during the jewfish spawning period, and that unfortunately didn't make the grade that's currently out for public comment. So this is why we're actually disappointed and we're essentially rejecting a 8 or 9 month closure. We think that our government needs to be more progressive. We've got to be smarter than this. There's an opportunity here that we must take to reform this fishery and set it on a pathway of sustainability for the next decade and beyond, and we need to take that opportunity now, and it needs to involve some serious structural reforms to make sure that we've got a good, fair, equitable outcome, that the greatest good is delivered to the greatest number of people.
Very quickly, as an alternative, John Wheatley says a 2-year ban would be better for all commercial and recreational.
Well, that's something which we put out to the community. A complete closure is this fishery, and that was something that was absolutely rejected. The $2.4 billion within the Augusta to Kalbarri area, it's $1.8 billion of expenditure every year on boating and fishing. And so the importance to the West Australian community and economy for this particular fishery is enormous. It's part of our lifestyle, it's part of our culture, and it's a great thing to be able to go out there, wet a line with your family and friends. It's so much an important part of being a West Australian. 80% of our community of Western Australia live within the region which we're talking about, and that's how important this is.
It is a hot topic. Dr. Andrew Rowland, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.